Here's the latest thing I've been working on. It's a little automata with a Picaxe microcontroller controlling it. It has a DF mini player back here to do a couple of sound effects, and a little MG90S servo, Metal Gear servo back there to control its little automation. I'll turn it on and demonstrate it. The first thing it's going to do is play its two sound effects. That's for testing purposes. So the idea behind it was I wanted to show a pickaxe operating a servo, but I didn't want to just put a piece of tape on a servo arm. I wanted it to do something interesting. I might have got a little bit carried away on that. I'll show the mechanism now. It's not very complicated. The main mechanism is this servo arm here, pushing this fly swatter arm around. When it pushes it far enough this way, the spring takes over and slaps him in the head. If I would have just used the servo alone, I don't think it would have been too fast. Gives it a little more effect this way. The other thing the arm does here, when it's driven back up all the way up, when the servo moves this all the way up, makes a little man smile. In its normal position, he's frowning. All there is doing that is just a little thing moving up and down. Here's an older version. There's a little arm. This doesn't look exactly like this now. There's a little arm that drives this up and down. You can see the arm maybe right in here. That's what this screw's going through. Spring-loaded little lever here. So basically the servo has three positions. Up like this when the man smiles. Like this when it's just a fly swatter down and he's frowning. And all the way over when the fly swatter goes up and smacks him in the face. Back around the back, I'll show you electronics. I don't mess everything up doing it. Of course, we have our servo wires. There are wires coming out right down here that go to the LED. They go through this breadboard just as a jumper. So this little Picaxe experimenter board gets jumpered over to the breadboard to make it easier to hook things up. This is the DFplayer. The speaker, of course. It's not really much to it. If I make a final version, I'll probably go with something like this. This is the board, one of the early versions of the board for my Vincent robot. The DF mini player is not in there now, but a DF mini player gets plugged in up here. Here's a Picaxe microcontroller, programming header, or programming plug, and just the headers that bring all the controls out, or the signals out, and a power supply input. So that would probably fit, I don't know, down here. I'd have to find a place for the batteries. Not sure if I'm going to finish it or not. Probably will. What I was thinking about when I started designing it, well, I wanted something to demonstrate using a servo, but I also was thinking about the movie Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where they land on the planet, and as they start walking across the planet, every time they have a thought, a big giant fly swatter comes up and smacks them in the face. Kind of reminds you of work sometimes. This is just a little light bulb, but it signals that he's had a bright idea. Kind of a Lego man to represent just an everyman, I guess. It's about 3 times the size of a Lego man, and it was easier to design. It's a lot easier to design a Lego man than something that looks like a real person, obviously. Oops. Well, I'm not sure what to think about it. I don't know if it's funny or if I just got carried away or what. Thanks for watching.